Hello, welcome to the Foster's Games Reviews. Oh, that sounds so weird.
Hello, welcome to the Foster's Games Reviews. Hello, Foster's Games Reviews, back with a follow-up video for the Q&A. Thank you to everybody that contributed and sent me a message. There aren't many of you, but thank you ever so much for this. Now, I've got my prompter sheets. So, without further ado, I am going to answer these questions to the best of my abilities. Hopefully, it gives you an insight into me. Now, the first question is from Power Metal Gamer. If you don't already follow Power Metal Gamer, check out the link below. He does gaming videos, drinking, collaborations, drinking, gaming. Is that gaming? And gaming! Now, he asked the question, what is my top 3 Mario games? It's a tough one. I have to say, there's so many Mario games out there, it's so hard to put a list together. But my top 3... well, I'll have a joint first because I couldn't decide. It's such a tough decision to make. At number 3 is Mario 64. It was groundbreaking in all aspects. I wouldn't say it was one of the first 3D platformers, but it was so absorbing. It kind of drew you in. There was so much to do, so many hidden secrets and stars. Fantastic game. Without a doubt, that's number 3. Number 2 is Mario Land 2 on the Game Boy. It's very reminiscent of the SNES sprite. It wasn't a big game, but it was very, what's the word? Very fun. Again, it was back to its roots of traditional side-scrolling, unlike the original Mario game that came out on the Game Boy. Again, very short, but fun. Different sprite completely, but it was such an engrossing game. It was 6 golden coins, 5 gold coins, 6 gold coins. But it was such a good game. If it had to have a remake in colour for, say, the Switch, that would be a nice little thing to do. Talking crap, but yeah, no. Number 2 is Mario Land 2 on the Game Boy. Number 1, the first slot, it would be Mario Galaxy 2 on the Wii and Super Mario Brothers on the Super Nintendo. Joint first. It's such a hard choice between the two because Mario Galaxy 2 on the Wii compared to the first one, I just found the layout of the with the level select was so much better. Not that the levels were any better, it looked gorgeous. It was such a fantastic game. They never made a third one, which I thought they would have done on the Switch or even the Wii U, because they went to 3D Land on the Wii U. But yes, I'd love to see a third in this series. Not that it's going to happen, I don't think, because obviously Mario Odyssey came out and it kind of branched away from the space theme. Although in Odyssey they do go to space. So I suppose they could link it in. Whether there's any little Easter eggs on the Odyssey version, I don't know. I haven't looked. Not actively looked anyway, but yeah. Super Mario on the Mario on the SNES. It's so iconic. It was a turning point again in platforming gaming. It was fantastic, lush levels, gorgeous graphics, a brilliant soundtrack. I mean, there isn't anything more I can say about that game. Apart from a star, it's fantastic. But yeah, that's kind of sums up my top 3 for Power Metal Gamers question. Thank you. Next question is from Borderline John. John, he's a gamer at heart, he does vlogs, and he's passionate about getting the message across about his disability, dystonia. He's a fantastic guy. If you don't already check his channel out, you should do. Link is below. Well, I seem to have the same problem as what John does. The Switch. I seem to be sporadic in playing it, but there's a lot going off in our life at the moment with the house, mother-in-law's passing, so many things. I don't want to go into detail, but I'm in and out at the moment playing it. But the games, like John has asked, what gems have I got on the Switch? What gems would I, hidden gems would I recommend? Well, here they are. Well, for a start, Poi. P-O-I, if you've heard of it. It's a Mario 64 style rip-off type game. Slightly got an adventure element into it where you find things. It's a very nice game. It tends to be a little bit bland, but it's fun. Overall, it's a very fun game. If you haven't played it, it's a must for your collection. I'll just knock the camera. But yes, I would highly recommend this game. Reasonably priced, I think around between 19.99, 20 quid, to 30. So it's not one to break the budget. So if you haven't already got it, check that one out. Next one is Rhyme. It's a Zelda-esque rip-off, so to speak. It looks gorgeous. Kind of cel-shaded graphics, but without the black line around it. It's a very lush, very gorgeous, beautiful game. Vast landscapes. If you haven't played this, you must. I'm not sure what theme it's based off, because you have a dog partner. I don't know the background story of this. But again, highly recommended. I don't see it much in the game stores throughout the UK. I don't know about you guys in the US or wherever you are in the world watching my videos, all 20 viewers of you. But yeah, that's another one, another hidden gem. If you haven't played it, check that one out. Lumo. If you haven't played Lumo, you must. It's an isometric, top-down. If you've played Solstice on the NES back in the 80s, it's very reminiscent of that. In fact, there's elements thrown into there that throw back to that game. Now, I don't know if the creators of this game were fans of that one. I couldn't tell you, but it's a isometric puzzle platformer, so to speak, where you find objects in one room and then you have to go down many, many rooms to open a door with a key, blah, blah, blah. Such a fun game. It can test you at times through some of the puzzles where you go into one room and you see something there and you think it's so simple by pushing it across, but then you can't get up to the next platform. So you've got to go around to about 72 rooms just to get up on this platform to drop down on the box. Anyhow, cut long story short, if you like isometric puzzle games, this one is a must. Like I say, it's a throwback to Solstice. If you love Solstice back in the day, you'll be a massive fan of this, which I am. I absolutely adore this game. So if you haven't checked it, go check it out. Shantae. If you haven't played this or heard of the series, you're a genie. Well, half genie. You go through the levels like a side-scrolling platformer, but it also has puzzle and, well, I guess RPG elements in it, where you have to find something to unlock something else further on in the game, if you get what I mean. It's a beautiful, beautiful game. Make no wonder it's an award-winning title. It looks fantastic. The animation was hand-drawn. I think it's something like 30 frames. It's fantastic. It's very lush. I mean, there isn't really much more I can say about this apart from go check it out, because it really is a fantastic game. it is a hidden gem. You still can get the first day edition. I have seen it in stores. Whether it's not been that popular because it's been re-released so many times. I think it came out on the Wii U and it came out on other formats. So I think it's kind of lost the oomph for people to go out and buy it. But I recommend that you go out and buy this game. So that's another one. Wild Guns Reloaded. Now, in the UK, it's only come down on eShop. You can only purchase this game on eShop. eShop. It's a SNES throwback game. It was a rail shooter based around the Western era. Excuse me. It's got a SNES feel to it. It's got they haven't really done anything with the graphics. They've kept it pixelated and SNES-esque, so to speak. But it's very intense. It's a hard game, but it's a very challenging game, and it's one that you keep going back because you think, oh god damn, I'm gonna do this. And again, this only come out on eShop in the UK. I am sweating like a pig. It's warm over here, surprisingly. But Bella's Gamer Dad kindly posted me a copy over, a physical copy, which I can't thank him enough. I'll put the link for his Instagram down below. Fantastic guy. Can't thank him enough for sending me over. But yes, it's a game. If you haven't got it or you plan on getting it, then I highly recommend this game. It's a very nostalgic throwback to the SNES. It hasn't been altered in any way. There are some new levels and some new characters. So if you've played it previously, which when it did come out originally, it was only on a very Natsumi, I do believe, that made it. It came out on a very limited run. I'm led to believe it came out at the back end of the SNES's life, so the run of the games was very small. So if you haven't played it, again, absolutely fantastic game. Go check it out. My next question is from Freeman Family Productions. If you don't already follow him, I'll put the link below and check him out. He does impressions of characters from movies, cartoons and such like. So if you're interested in anything like that, go check him out. Well, here's his question. Where do I see myself in 5 years? I'd be happy with 5,000 subscribers. Or I could be dead. But seriously, if I've surpassed for the 5,000 mark in 5 years, I'll be very humbled by this. And just to think that there's so many people around the globe. I mean, there's 7 billion plus humans on this planet, and to think that 5,000 of them are actually watching my content would be astounding. I mean, recently I've got a subscriber from Puerto Rico who avidly watches our content and is enjoying what I do, which is quite amazing, really. So to think something like that, it reaches out to people all over the globe, it's amazing. So just to even reach that benchmark would be astounding. It's a really good question, that, actually. I mean, if in, like I say, 5 years' time, I mean, I'm actively trying to go into voice acting work, so yeah, see, you know, it's your kind of thing. Okay, Matt. But yeah, I mean, that's if that's where it takes me, and that's where I stay on an even keel in 5 years, then I'd be happy with that. I really would. But if ever I'm like PewDiePie and I get shot through the stratosphere, then even better. I'll be a millionaire, but I wouldn't change who I am. I am me, and I wouldn't change this. I'd do it as I am. I wouldn't up the production level. I'd keep it as it is, you know, raw, to the point. So thank you for that question. Do appreciate that comment, really, because like yourself, I mean, where would you see yourself in 5 years? The final question, and possibly the hardest one for me, is from Trevor Kavanagh. Yeah, he also got a YouTube channel, link down here, it will be there. He does gaming related, and he also does mashups with Power Metal Gamer. So, check out the link below. Here goes, here's the question. What's my favourite N64 game? Well, that is a damn hard question because there are so many. Not to mention it's the best system ever made, of course. Don't you agree? Everyone? Now, out of 242 PAL games ever released on this system, doesn't sound a lot, but the most played games for me are... There's GoldenEye, there's Mario 64, Mario Kart, there's Banjo-Kazooie, Buck Bumble, Superman 64, you can't miss that one out. Not. Pilot Wings, Wave Race, the list goes on. And even Zelda. I mean, come on, I'll throw that one into the mix, you know. Never played that one. But overall, I have to say, the one that holds the most memories, the most fun as a group. I mean, back in the day, when N64 games, you had 4 players. You couldn't play online. Nowadays, it's solitary. It's sad, really, when you got your little headset on and you're talking to your pretend friends from 50 million miles away who you've never met. But just to get a group of friends round, all your friends, 4 of them, 5, 6, 7, 8, take it in turns, and then you dwindle it down to the last 2 players who win the game. This game, it's a special place in my heart. To be fair, is GoldenEye. There's so many amazing games that you think, oh, it's going to be Mario, it's going to be... No, it's GoldenEye. It's such an iconic game. It holds so much memory. For me, anyway. I mean, I've got a video somewhere of us playing it with a couple of friends. It gathered everybody together. You had fun. I mean, what wasn't to like about that game? It still stands the test of time. I mean, if I whipped it out now, I could get a load of friends around and we'd still have the same enjoyment as what we had 20 years ago. That charm just hasn't gone. The graphics may not be up to, you know, HD, 4K, 10K, whatever standards, but it's such a fantastic game with square hands. But yes, Trev, that is my game of choice. That is my most treasured, I suppose. It's my most treasured N64 game. Even though there are others, like Mario Kart, even... oh God. I can't... The list is so big. The list is so... I mean, Buck Bumble. I mean, we used to have loads of fun on that on multiplayer. The football. I don't know if you've ever seen Buck Bumble or played it, but there was a football option with multiplayer. Extremely foggy game due to the processing power of the N64, but nevertheless, it was fun. Beetle Adventure Racing, fantastic driving game, good on multiplayer. Crazy, chaotic, but it was fun. I mean, there's so many amazing games on the N64, but GoldenEye wins it for me. I mean, you've got to agree, nowadays, I know you can hook up 4 controllers, but you generally find that you don't have all your friends around these days. It's all online based, it's just not the same as what it used to be. But thank you for the question, and thank you to everyone who contributed to this video. I'll put all your links below, and I'd love you to check them all out and give them a sub. Don't want to be doing sub for sub, but, you know, support these channels, show them some love, and just tell them where you heard about it, whether it was from me or whoever. But thank you for this. I'll hopefully be doing another Q&A shortly, but it's been fun. you know, sitting down and writing notes. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. But thank you. I truly appreciate your feedback. Thank you. Love life and keep gaming.